the number of people, even right now online, that are defending behavior on the part of looters and rioters and everything else. What happens when it all starts coming apart? Well, eventually the people cry out for a strong authoritarian response. I want to be able to get some food. Maybe I can't get the foods I used to get, but I've got to at least get something in my belly. And you give up all your freedoms, you give up all your liberties so as to have control. Well, what does a strong authoritarian system look like today? It's going to be electronic. It's going to use AI. It's going to have cameras everywhere. It's what China is today. And China's moving on Hong Kong. China's going to move on Taiwan. And there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do about it. We haven't kept up in the ways we've needed to keep up. We needed to have a certain size Navy. We don't have a certain size Navy. Yeah, we've still got a few advantages, maybe in some areas. But right now, the president was locked in his bunker last night. Did you hear about that? The president had to go into the bunker last night because of what was going on outside the White House. That's how distracted we are. We have a civil war going on in the streets of our major cities. The vast majority of us haven't seen any of it. That's why it doesn't seem real to us. It's like, well, I see it on this little screen here, and that looks terrible, but movies look the same way. So, is this real? Is this really happening? And you may be convinced, yes, it's really happening. These people are beating these other people with skateboards, and Antifa's running around, and churches are being burned down, historic churches are being burned down, libraries, all the rest of this kind of stuff. But I don't see it. It's not happening in my neighborhood. I mean, you all saw the thing last night. I'm sure you all saw it. I mean, has there ever been a single tweet that has been distributed around the nation faster than the Antifa tweet last night that said it's time to go into the suburbs, into the white suburbs, and take what's ours? Now, I don't know if that was real. In fact, when I wrote about it, I said, this strikes me as not being real, because that seems really obvious, but let's say that it is. You know, that's when all of a sudden, you know, when I start hearing gunshots in my neighborhood that are not the local drug deal gone south, which I have heard. I think it was 6 months ago or so. I heard like 5-6 shots, rapid fire, 2 people dead. About, I don't know, third of a mile away, somewhere around there. When I started hearing that, and there are crowds of people throwing Molotov cocktails at houses and cars, all of a sudden it gets real fast. Now, that hasn't really happened yet. And around here, that would not be a wise thing to do. Yeah. Well, Scottsdale Fashion Square. Yeah. Well, that bled out from something else that attracted them. My neighborhood, no one's going to go in there. First of all, it's not a white neighborhood. It's everything. It's completely mixed. And it's not high end. And so even if you broke into somebody's house, what are you going to end up with? A 5-year-old TV that's out of date? You know, it's not going to get anything out of that. But the real reason they're not doing it, it's because most of us are very heavily armed in Arizona. And so we're going to fight back. I mean, here's my thinking on this. If you have a Molotov cocktail in your hand, there is no difference between that and a gun. None. That is a deadly weapon. Ask anybody in a tank if a Molotov cocktail is not a deadly weapon. It is a deadly weapon. And so if you're rearing back to throw a Molotov cocktail at my house, I can take you out right then and there drop you like a stone, and that will be a just action. And all of you sitting out there, all of you people sitting out there saying, oh no, you need to understand all the angst and all the hurt. No, I don't. Because I have not been convicted of a capital crime. And therefore, if someone tries to kill me, the just and righteous thing to do, biblically, is the defense of my life. I'm going to defend my wife. I had my grandkids over the weekend. I'm going to defend those little boogers. And if you rear back with anything in your hand that could explode when it hits my house, I'm taking you down. And that is the righteous, just thing to do. And